Hey guys, it's Spartan, and yeah, I reinstalled Hearthstone after many, many years. I justify this by saying that I'm not spending a single cent on this game anymore after I've spent like a whole bunch previously. I'm bad at this sort of thing, but not anymore. This is just a showcase of my Thief Priest deck. I know that it's not a meta deck, that's because I just don't play meta decks, I play decks that I create. And yeah, this is what it is. Psychic Conjurer, False Disciple, Watcher of the Sun, uh, and Plagiarizer are all just, like, cantrips, basically. I know that having a cantrip at 3 mana is kind of bad, but it lets me see what my opponent has. And yeah, Lazul is there to see what I can play around on my opponent's hand. Observer of Mysteries is just because it's really good against aggro. Benevolent Banker wins games, literally, with that effect. Like, I have won games off this guy just from stealing my opponent's Wheel of Death on turn 3. And, yeah, he's kind of good. Synchronize is for value. Hidden Gem beats aggro, because aggro is really powerful in this meta. Creation Protocol is there to grab, like, late game I can grab 2 Benevolent Bankers and play them both on turn 8, which can win games. This can also pull Throw Guns TNT, which like blows up the opponent's deck and board, which is really good considering the fact that you steal the TNT. Ruin, I was considering running 2 of these, but 2 is a bit bricky. Ruin is mostly here to kill Stealth Ziliax, and then Holy Nova can finish it off. Holy Nova's also really good against aggro. Void Shard, I've actually won games with this thing because it's a bit of reach, and this deck is not an aggro deck. Steel is very good against certain decks. This is a very controlly deck. Amonthul, just generally a really good card, and if it discovers a farm, it beats Plague Death Knight incredibly easily. And Ziliax is just Ziliax. I don't think I need to explain why Ziliax is in every deck, but yeah, that's the intro to this deck. This deck actually has a fairly decent win rate against everything. Like, I like decks that can beat any deck, even if they're not as consistent as, like, aggro decks that beat control decks a bunch. But yeah, this deck was made primarily because I am so sick of fighting all of these fucking Death Knights. Like, every single one of them seems to have Hellier on turn 4 against me. So I was like, okay, I'm sick of facing Hellier. I want to give them a taste of their own medicine. So I'd made this deck pretty much out of spite to kill all of these fucking Plague Death Knights, because every Death Knight deck runs Hellier. Every one of them. There is not a single Death Knight deck that does not run Hellier. Coining mining casualties, really? No, alright. Right, what do we grab from the past? Reliquary of Souls is the best here, because the other 2 kind of suck. I don't want to draw cards off Goon, and the other guy that I forget the name of because he wasn't in, like, whenever I played. Yeah, he's fucking way too slow. But yeah, this shuffles a card into my deck. This deck has literally no card draw, it's all discovery and, junk like that. The only time that we actually draw a card from the deck is off Baneful Banker, or Benevolent Banker, whatever he's called, if I don't get the quick draw off. So yeah, next time I'm gonna Hidden Gem Reliquary of Souls, unless he plays like another Mining Casualties, which he probably won't. It's a stupid play. This guy's clashing his 2 brain cells together. Okay, he was just down with the ship. So he used his coin already, so he can't coin Hellier this turn. Notice how half of the things I'm going to be talking about in this game are relating to Hellier. It's because Hellier is, like, fucking stupid card that should have been nerfed ages ago. Hellier was buffed. Hellier used to require you to play 2 Unholy Runes. Now you only have to play 1. Knowing my opponent has Hellier in their hand, so I'm just going to play Lazul to try and get a copy of Hellier. Does not have Hellier in their hand, has another down with the ship though. I don't need to blow Holy Nova yet. Like, these are just 1/1s, and I'm healing 2 HP a turn. Death Knight really does not have a way to deal with Hidden Gem. They have no deal random damage. Like, the only card they have that really destroys it is Corpse Explosion and Threads of Despair, and I don't know what type of deck my opponent's running. It's like at least one Unholy. I hope I draw those before Hellier, because in case you have not played Hearthstone in like 20 years like me, Hellier makes it so that any plagues that are shuffled into your deck, they just go back once you draw them. Which is fucking annoying. What are you gonna draw? You're gonna draw the Acolyte of Death, which draws a whole bunch of cards. One of the ways this deck wins against Death Knights is because obviously if you're drawing more cards, you're drawing more plagues. And this deck does not draw cards. Death Knight itself draws a ton of cards, like especially with this Acolyte of Death. And that's why I didn't want to blow Holy Nova. Really? I'm gonna save Dirty Rat for, at least next turn. I don't care about this Acolyte of Death. Because on 7 I can Dirty Rat, and then if I pull, like, the Primus, I can just steal it. The Primus and Reska are in also pretty much every Death Knight deck. They're just really powerful cards. I don't particularly care about, this thing, really. If Dirty Rat pulls an Undead, the Undead gets poisoned. But, really? Oh, his deck got shuffled because I shuffled Plagues in, okay. I was wondering, why didn't the 2-4 come out? That's because he didn't have it because I shuffled his deck with Down to the Ship. I forget that's an interaction that happens. Yeah, that was kind of a waste of a Dirty Rat. I mean, it is a 2-6, regardless. It means he's got 4 spells in his hand. Army of the Dead is not even particularly good against Dirty Rat. Dirty Rat has a really good trade rate. That's a plague, I can tell, because the stupid counter thing showed up there. Fortunately, it doesn't really matter. Take Chameleos. Chameleos revealing what my opponent has can actually be really good. So, what is my opponent actually running? 1 Plague, that's all I know. I don't even know if they're running any Blood or Frost. Play like a fucking Quartzite Crusher, will you? That'll at least tell me he's running Rainbow. I need to keep these in my hand in case my opponent plays Hellier, because if I get my own Hellier... Okay, well... That's Death Knight's one way of killing Hidden Gem. After all these turns, he's finally done it. So what's my opponent got in his hand? He's got a Threads of Despair. That is actually a really good card to remove from my opponent's deck. I'm guessing this is... Oh, actually, no, he's already spent 10 corpses with Risen Ghoul. With all these corpse spendings, he is almost certainly running Rainbow. Just to run Climactic Necrotic Explosion for lethal. So he spent 10 corpses. This deck has a good win rate against Climactic Necrotic Explosion, Death Knight, because Baneful Banker can just steal Climactic Necrotic... Blah, 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 blah. CNE. Also, if he draws it, I can, in theory, Chameleos it from him. So there's Hellier. Finally drew it. I'm going to steal that and play it for myself, as long as he can't kill it somehow. Wouldn't expect him to be able to. This does take up 9 mana, but it adds inevitability to this deck. Strange, Mind Control is usually 10 mana. Haha. That was a good draw as well. So now he's got that Plague back into his deck. And And notice that he's still trading with snake oil. That is a kind of a bad thing to do, but I guess it's better to do it now than when he draws, or well, when he has less cards in his deck. So more plagues. He's gonna smash into Hellier now, yeah. Pumpkins. I do need to draw some of my heavy hitters of this deck. Currently I'm only drawing gas. That is not a heavy hitter of the deck. Also, later on in the game, these Psychic Conjurers become worse and worse because my opponent's gonna have, like, more plagues. Explosive Trap, Summoning Ward, which means that I don't have to worry about his board, because if he hits me in the face, he dies. If he trades into my minions, it doesn't matter, because it's not hitting me in the face. Nice order, lol. That's what he was going to do anyway. He was going to hero power my 2-2. That does give him an extra point on Arcanite Ripper, though, because his health changed on his turn. Yeah, but where's my creation protocols? Where's Aman'Thul? Oh, there's Climactic Necrotic Explosion. He's got it in his hand. So I think I do need to play this now. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got 9 damage. Plus 10 is actually lethal, I think, for him. I need to actually kill this 2-4 here. Otherwise he kills me with CNE himself. I do get a bunch of 5-6s. Okay, he drew a Blood Plague, so I'm extra not dead right now. I am kind of threatening lethal myself as well. But he's gonna dump his here. Perfectly symmetrical violence never solved anything. That summons a 6-6. Okay, so I'm going to get 2 Ziliaxes here. I'm gonna kill this thing with both of them. And then I'm gonna use Shadow Word Ruin to blow up the board. I'm gonna forge this, and I'm gonna heal my face. So now I'm super threatening lethal for him now. He needs to get rid of at least one of these. Okay, he's got some healing. The healing is annoying, but my deck, I'm about to pull some really powerful shit out of my deck with Creation Protocol. That's potentially really good, but he does not have Climactic Necrotic Explosion anymore, so I'm not worried. There's Aman'Thul. I could strike from history, but I'm going to summon a copy of my Ziliax. I haven't really played much, well, first off, I can't take the double excavate cards. That's his way to heal, so I have to kill Ma and Pa. I'm at 27 life, I've got Aman'Thul, I've got another Aman'Thul in my hand, and he's got nothing. And if he draws, there's a good chance he draws some plagues. Quartzite Crusher can only heal him if he attacks me, which he takes more damage. So I have won this game. Now, he does remove most of the board, but I get a 6 cost. That's an Alakir the Windlord. And can I buff this in any way? No, I can't. This is still 6 damage to face, however. Like swatting insects. Thank you, Alakir, very cool. This is also a very sticky minion, because it summons a 5-cost minion when it dies. There is absolutely no way he wins here, unless he top decks the Primus, and he gets a really good Blood Rune card. Because Primus can kill Aman'Thul. Yeah, that was kind of good. Well played. Almost had me there, but fortunately, my deck is just built differently. I played his deck better than he played it himself. So yeah, that was a pretty good game. Pretty good game. Almost like a scripted opponent, but no. Climactic Necrotic Explosion. Such a good card. Unfortunately, I didn't pull my Baleful Bankers before he drew it. But then again, Chameleos clutched it.
Anduin versus Gul'dan. Your soul shall be mine. The light shall bring victory.
So I'm going first. Synchronize and Watcher of the Sun are not particularly good in this matchup, if this is Wheel Warlock. You also kind of need to be careful with mulliganing, because if you mulligan and draw a Baneful Banker in your opening hand, you kind of screw yourself. Because you absolutely do not want to draw that in your opening hand. Like, you'd play for the disruption. Oh, this is the aggro deck. Holy shit. Yeah, this is that newfangled, Molten Giant Forge of Wills, deck. This is a very strange deck, but it is surprisingly, good. I actually don't want to damage my opponent here. I'm gonna see what he's got in his hand. His board doesn't, endanger me. I'm gonna take the Molten Giant because he's going to be hitting me in the face, and he's going to be hitting himself in the face. Okay, he can play his Molten Giant next turn. Okay, he can play his Molten Giant this turn. Yeah, this is this is a very strange deck. So how much damage has he got in the field? He's got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 damage. I want to get a hidden gem. Guess it doesn't matter which one I play, but... Yep. This is a bizarre deck, and I mulliganed for the wrong deck because I expected him to play Wheel Warlock.
We've created a temporal anomaly.
There's the temporal anomaly. There is no way I clear this board unless I top deck Ruin. I did not top deck Ruin. As my Molten Giant. What else did he have in his hand? He had Pop Shock. Well, that's the other side of this deck. Yeah, that's a Molten Giant. Really annoying. Honestly, I'm surprised that, I guess it just shows that hidden decks, like, take a while to, pop up. This is what Ben Brode said when he talked about a potential, like, Unicorn Priest or something like that. And he is Shaman. This deck does not have a good matchup against Shaman. I'm just going to straight up say that now. However, Baneful Banker can make it so that their combo can't go off if you get lucky and you draw them at the right time. You can also steal Fizzle's Snapshot if this is that type of Shaman deck. Shaman combo deck. I know I have a Shaman deck and it is not combo. But yeah, we can... Actually, Lightning Reflex doesn't prove anything. Regardless. Audio Amplify... What? That's not a card you play in this deck. Yeah, Crash of Thunder, okay, it is combo Shaman. Because Crash of Thunder is only a card you play in this deck, because otherwise it sucks. Ancestral Knowledge. Just a cover. Spirit Cause? What the fuck? You know what's the worst part about this? I'm going to lose anyway because, Engine of Earth. I'm going to lose anyway because this deck has an awful matchup against, Shaman. I'm going to lose to the dude who runs Audio Amplifier and Spirit Claws in his Spell Shaman deck. Airy Tail okay, you... Now you're just fucking with me. Is this or is this not Combo Shaman? Okay, it is. He's doing it just for Flowrider. Which is obviously a reference to the artist of the same name. But yeah, this deck doesn't run Speaker Stomper, because it ruins most other matchups. There's Bludge Made Thanos. I was going to synchronize and kill whatever I pulled there, but... yeah. Not necessary for Blood Mage Thanos. Keep saying Thanos, it's not his name, it's Thalnos. He's existed since before Thanos was popular, that's how old that card is. Why did they bring fucking Blood Mage Thanos back into the game? Ugh, I gotta clear my goddamn throat. What's the point of attacking Dirty Rat? I've got a fucking hidden gem on the board. Doesn't matter if you roll spell power, you're not going to attack it he's going to attack it anyway. What is this dude's problem? Well, I'm overloaded, which is something that does not happen in this deck. I like how they brought Spell Power Totem back into the game, because apparently they removed it. And, like, immediately, when they bring it back, a Spell Power Shaman, like, becomes a meta deck. He runs Golganeth. I guess Golganeth, there's an excuse to run him, because he does make your stuff better. Why is he hesitating? Obviously he's gonna use... no, he's gonna draw 3 Overload cards. I don't forget this guy's only 6 mana. Obviously I'm still new to the game, again, technically. But there's no card I'll use Steel on other than him. Well, he's gonna hit me with a Crash of Thunder this turn, so... I'm probably dead here. That's just the sad reality of this deck. It's that he plays nothing for the first 6 turns, basically. But my deck is a slow control deck, and then he bursts you down from 30 life. He's going Fizzle, which means he doesn't have lethal. Regardless, he can still clear the board with a, like, double Crash of Lightning. This is the thing, he plays Lightning Reflexes, Lightning Bolts. Pop-Up Book. Pop-Up Book is also a fucking nature card for some reason. It's a goddamn book. And this is the problem when you have a card that reads, your cards cost 1 less, and doesn't have, but not less than 1 printed on it. It's like, that's the biggest downside of, Flash of Lightning. It's not that it discounts your cards, it's that it discounts them too much. Yeah, look at that. I've taken, 28 damage. And there was, nothing I could do about that. Well, I have to discover Observer of Mysteries to heal 3 here. That heals me 6. So I'm at 11 life, and he does not have any spell discounts this turn. thankfully.
You don't pick the one.
But he's just going to, fucking do whatever he's doing there. Pop-up book. Well, I'm gonna Crash of Thunder to remove his board, obviously. I'm just gonna do this because I have no overload cards. So, Hidden Meaning and Azurite Vein. I just need him to not draw that Fizzled Snapshot. Does he have... surely he doesn't have all that lethal. Unless he, like, rolls fucking Jive Insect and randomly Ragnaroses my face. Nope, he has Fizzle Snapshot. Okay, he just drew that. I have lethal, however, if he does not kill my board. Because I can synchronize... what's his name? Okay. This deck has an awful win rate against this dude. But I still managed to win. Impressed by your own fucking medicine. Get Murlocked, idiot. Wonderful. Awful, awful matchup against this deck, but still managed to pull it off. That's why I like this deck. I didn't copy this from anyone, by the way, I built it myself. Because I literally just don't copy decks from people, I make my own. That's kind of why I enjoyed playing Hearthstone all this time. Not because of actually, like, playing the decks, really, but I like building decks. I have in fact never seen a Paladin for the longest time. Paladin's kind of, I hate to say this word, but fell off. That's not a word, it's a phrase, but you get the point. Just because they got their precious little, Tiger nerfed, and Shroomskavate. Shroomskavate was fucking cancer, anyway. I play Shaman, and yeah, it's cancer. I didn't even run Shroomskavate in my deck, I ran the Evolve package. Which is basically Muck Pool and nothing else. I'm voice cracking like crazy because as you can see it's still like 9:12 AM. And I haven't actually had a proper breakfast yet. I'm going to do it after this game. But all I've had is is tea that I'm drinking. Well, he kept 2 cards in his mulligan. I am not the kind of person to actually pay attention to that. Also, I don't use a deck tracker because I don't need one. The light dims, and so does your mental aptitude, of course. Literally the worst turn to draw a Benevolent Banker. I'm gonna play Morozond, because, if my opponent has a really big turn, I can just copy that. Finding casualties. Fucking annoying card, I tell you. I want to grab a Holy Nova from my deck. That is not Holy Nova, that is, garbage. Well, it kinda sucks. But steel, I don't have a steel in my hand. So if he plays something sticky, maybe I can steal it. God damn it. Oh, well, there's a Holy Nova. Okay, cast Pain here. I'm gonna do this just to give him the 1-2 buff. He coined that out, so fortunately his coin is gone. Play another False Disciple, why not? Lyra is really good. Gonna hold in over there to keep my guy a 3-4. He can't trade into it unless he plays some outside buff, like a Crusader Aura. And even then, Crusader Aura still kills his 2-1. If he trades it in. Alright. So, Lyra demands removal. Give me Aman'Thul, please. No Aman'Thul, that's bad. Because, yeah, if he does not kill Lyra, I can do shit like cast Anduin's Gift, which counts as two spells. Okay, he is removing Lyra. Oh, that's bad. I could gamble on grabbing a, another, Holy Nova. I kind of need to, honestly. Actually, Ruin is better in this situation. Well, there's my one Shadow Word Ruin. At least it cleared his board, though. And if he plays some good cards here, I can Murazon to copy whatever he does. I ho Silverwing. I have holy spells in my deck. Okay, so I fill my board, I get to trade into his properly. He gets, like, a couple of shitty 3/3s. But I have an 8/8 on the board, and I hope he doesn't have a Crusader Aura again. Got Prismatic Beam. It's not actually the best against my board, but something. I'm probably just gonna slam double Observer of Mysteries next turn. Hand of a Doll, just to kill Murazond. No, he's going for fucking face. I kinda wish I had a Pain here. So I get a counter spell and an explosive runes here. I do want to kill that, however. These are not the best spells, really, against this deck. Counterspell, if it counters a Crusader Aura, is really good, however. It does 5 to face, but that doesn't matter, because I'm not going to win from face damage here. Sea Giant? Okay, no Prismatic Beam. That means he has to either trade with my deck, or... no, not my deck, my board. Or he, fucks himself a little here. I think it's needless to say I'm going to Shadow Word steal that Sea Giant. Or I could remove it with Aman'Thul. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to remove it with Aman'Thul. So, strike from history, remove the 8/8, and I'm going to remove Silverwing so he doesn't draw from it. Hellier doesn't really matter. I'm going to take Caligos. I just want to remove as much damage from the board as possible as well. This is why I'm revealing my hidden gem. Summoning Ward and Rat Trap are really good here. If he can't kill me, which he can't, he's got 3 minions on the board. If he kills Murazond, I get a copy of Aman'Thul from Summoning Ward. If he kills both of them, then he's probably played a whole bunch of cards. Okay. I just get one of those guys. Yeah, there's no way he can out-aggro Aman'Thul. We're back to Diamond 3. I'll do one more game. I've been playing for half an hour already, so... yeah, one more will do. puts us on even, like, was it 5 games? One of which being an aggro deck, which was like no time, whatever. Actually, 2 of them were aggro decks. Paladin was an aggro deck, he just died to Murazond Wheel.
Anduin versus
None can escape my fury.
There's another one of these goddamn this goddamn Porky's butthole. No, Ziliax rogues. Oh my god, I drew Benevolent Banker again. Also, I'm going second, which means it's gonna be, like, super hard for me to win. As Pit Stop. Pit Stop, I can use, but the only minion I have is my own Ziliax. Quick Pick. Honestly, this is not necessarily, this isn't necessarily Ziliax Rogue. This could be, the other rogue deck, the one that plays a bunch of Playhouse Giants. The fact that I'm seeing Mic Drop, inclines me to believe it is the latter, not the former. Regardless, I still want my Benevolent Banker to grab a Ruin from my deck. Because either way, I'm going to be dealing with hard to deal with swarms of enemies that have like 5+ attack.
There's simply nothing I can...
Did not get either of them. Okay, well, in this situation, I think Holy Nova is the take here. Like, using Shadow Word Steel on a Breakdancer or a Playhouse Giant, not the best. Okay, this is the one that shuffles a bunch and draws Playhouse Giants. Ugh, my throat. Jesus. I just hope it isn't a Gaslight Gatekeeper here, and then everything must go. Knowing my luck, that's exactly what's going to happen. Everything must go. No Gaslight, though. This also isn't the most imposing board that my opponent has built up here. I'm gonna take Prep because I can easily use it.
Decline.
Gets to draw a card off this this bug that he's created, this Jitterbug Boogie. Mic drop. Let's show these foes Badlands hospitality. Yeah, sure, let's do that. I'm not particularly worried about my health yet. I could forge this. Yeah, I'm just gonna forge Watcher of the Sun. My hand is full. But quite frankly, I want every card in my hand, and he's removed one of his Shadow Steps, which is good. Good for me, that is. So he's probably gonna Gaslight here, and then pop off. Playhouse Giant. Taunt. Here's where I, Almond Thule and remove that. I am never going to be able to play Phenodum. So I'm going to prep, and I'm going to synchronize so I get myself another Almond Thule for next turn. There's his Pit Stop. Obviously going to discover a Playhouse Giant. He's going to kill this Almond Thule, by the way, because he's going to Playhouse Giant, and then he's going to Breakdance it, and the Breakdancer has Rush, and he's going to kill my 412. As unlikely as that sounds. No? He's not going to do that, maybe? Just playing a Playhouse Giant, I guess. I can actually do this. Oh, he's got Hearthstone Brew in his deck. So I'm going to summon a copy of my Ziliax. He's an 8/8. Shadow Block. No, I want Tyrion. And yeah, I was going to heal 14 health and destroy his thing. And yeah, there we go. Honestly, a lot easier to deal with that than the Ziliax deck. But yeah, I got down to like 1-digit health. And that was all I needed. It's because my opponent is a dipstick who does not remove Aman'Thul. But yeah. I don't know how frequently I'll actually do Hearthstone videos. I just realized my mic has been too close this entire time. That sucks. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video. I may do more if people like to watch this sort of thing. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. I only kind of really recorded this because I haven't recorded in ages. So yeah, goodbye.